Hi, my name is Abby Rollins. I'm a sociology major and I'm taking English Comp 2 as a required course. However, I'm loving everything that I'm learning here. I'm doing a verbal literary analysis presentation. The author that I've chosen is King Solomon, and I will use King Solomon excerpts from Ecclesiastes to show how he used the literary device metaphor. According to the lecture notes, a metaphor is a figure of speech that makes a comparison between two unlike things. Metaphors create implicit comparison without the express use of like or as. For example, laughter is the best medicine. Do you know how amazing King Solomon's metaphors were and still are today? According to the Bible, King Solomon's wisdom was greater than all the wisdom of all the people of the East and greater than all the wise of Egypt. This essay will consist of excerpts from Ecclesiastes, which from Greek translation means preacher or teacher, according to Google search. This essay will be using Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 15, chapter 1, verse 18, chapter 2, verse 26, to show how Solomon uses the literary device metaphor to convey complex spiritual concepts. First, the exploration of Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 15. King Solomon states what is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be counted. What is meant by this metaphor is clear. Whatever something simply is, it's just that. It can't be made to be something else. For example, a dog can't be a cat because it's a dog. So just accept it for being a dog and not, no, it's not a cat. Simple. Then he goes on to say what is lacking cannot be counted, which means don't dwell on what's not there. Steward well over what is there. For example, having an older car that needs some minor work and slowly getting the work done is better than having that car and wishing it was brand new. This metaphor is put together magnificently. Second, King Solomon states in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18, for much wisdom is much vexation, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. This metaphor means being the wisest person amongst not so wise people is taxing. For example, explaining why saving money for future occurrences can be hard when teaching it to people who don't understand the concept of saving. King Solomon matches that by saying, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. This means that more that is learned about a particular subject will increase the sorrow for the situation. For example, people know the history of America. However, when they delve deeper, they understand the cost paid in lives for America to be the America it is today. Third, King Solomon shows his wise metaphorical skills in chapter 2, verse 26 by stating, for the one who pleases him, God has given wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner, he has given the business of gathering and collecting, only to give one, to one who pleases God. This is also vanity and striving after wind, which means simply God provides to those that please him, even through those that don't please him. For example, an orphanage owner works diligently to steward well over what God has given. And a person who has hoarded money and resources, God will move that person to give all that they have acquired to the orphanage owner who is lacking material resources. In conclusion, King Solomon's metaphors are top tier and still relevant to this day. This essay used Ecclesiastic chapter 1, verse 15, chapter 1, verse 18, chapter 2, verse 26, to show how King Solomon uses the literary device metaphor to convey complex spiritual concepts. Using King Solomon as an author was a great experience in literary analysis. I would like to close by acknowledging and thanking my sources, BibleGateway.com, Google AI search engine, and the lecture notes provided in this course. Would like to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving and blessings and grace through the final exam season. Thank you.